show must go on. This is Mike Said It First. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis, on what is Sunday, December the 13th, 2020. I'm still dealing with my strep throat, as many of you do know, so it will be hard for me to enunciate my words, but bear with me. I'm going to try. On today's show, we're talking Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick as the Rams beat the snot out of the Patriots. What does it look like now with the Patriots looking at 6-7 and the Buccaneers at 7-5? Who's winning the battle so far? Where is James Harden going, and should he go to the Miami Heat? And the short answer, no, but we'll get to that. Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz. What's going to happen? Is Jalen Hurts the guy? Should he be the guy? Also, why Patrick Mahomes is the MVP this season. Plus Week 14 picks and a new Sunday 5. All right, guys, let's get going. But first, a word from DrinkAid.
DrinkAid, ready for distribution worldwide.
Again, I do apologize for my voice if it does come across as a little bit slurred. The strep throat is not fun. But Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots lost this past Thursday to the Los Angeles Rams by a score of 24-3. While I did pick the Patriots with the points and chose the game to go over 44, I was not surprised that the Rams got what they wanted out of New England. Jared Goff was a good game away from winning the Super Bowl when the Rams did play the Patriots a couple seasons ago. I felt like the Rams' defense was a lot better this time around, but I didn't know if their offense was as good. And frankly, it really wasn't that great. Jared Goff was very inconsistent with his accuracy on the throws. I felt like Jared Goff had a lot of missed opportunities in the game that could have made the score even worse than what it was. But on the other hand, I felt sorry for Bill Belichick on riding with Cam Newton. It seems like Cam Newton is just kind of a last resort. It seems like Cam Newton, despite all the crap that I heard from you idiots at home, you keyboard warriors, you experts who told me Cam Newton could have saved the Chicago Bears. And this is what we're looking at right now? The Patriots are literally allowing Cam Newton to do what he's good at, which is run the football, and he sucks at it. Yeah, he has 11 rushing touchdowns. Tom Brady could do that on quarterback sneaks. The man is awful. He has been awful his entire career. And 2015 does not change that. And I will get mad because it frustrates me when people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. When I'm told he's an MVP, screw his MVP season. He is not a good quarterback. I can vent on this because I told you guys he wasn't good. And now Bill Belichick has suffered with him. Now, is Jarrett Stidham much better? I would rather see Jarrett Stidham in this offense. I feel like the Patriots are kind of bowing down to Cam Newton and what he wants to do. I feel like the Patriots are bowing down to what's happening. I feel like the Patriots are succumbing to the pressure surrounding Cam Newton. Cam Newton is not a good quarterback. He's also a lazy person because he has not gotten any better throwing the football. He's gotten worse. And if I hear one more moron tell me that I don't know football, then they need to watch the Patriots and then come on my show and tell me why I'm wrong. Because right now you look stupid for telling me otherwise. It is time to move on from this moron. It is time for the NFL to say this guy cannot throw a football. Either change to running back or change to fullback because you suck. You're not good. And it makes me mad when I'm told that I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't understand this. It's frustrating. Bill Belichick, again, is bowing down to the pressure of what you guys at home want to see. Cam Newton. No, I've said it for years. Sham Newton. He is a fraud. He was the MVP of a regular season, and he was told that he could win the MVP of the Super Bowl. And the defensive end, Von Miller, won it. Are you serious? I'm tired of being right. I'm tired of people telling me I'm not right. But as for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, I feel like they've had a worse season than the Patriots. And don't win-loss record me either. Tom Brady and the Patriots are 7-5 through 12 games. They are barely limping around to the playoffs, and that's as a 7 seed right now. They made an extra seed in the playoffs, and it's probably just to get the Buccaneers in so Tom Brady doesn't whine and complain about it. But make no mistake, the Buccaneers have been trash this year. They should be 10-2 with a competent quarterback, but Tom Brady has been awful. He's been awful. Again, come on this show. I'm open to you telling me why Tom Brady, despite hearing 6 rings, why Tom Brady's the guy. Because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing an unimpressive quarterback who is holding a team back. It's really sad when people tell me what's right and what's wrong. It's sad. But right now, the New England Patriots are having a better season because despite what they've had to deal with like 8 or 9 players leaving, all this stuff, the fact is, this is what we're getting at right here. This is what's happening. And I'm sorry the Patriots have been better. But the fact is, the Buccaneers have not been much better. It's 7-5 at all. James Harden of the Houston Rockets temporarily is a guy who a lot of people still consider the second coming of Jesus Christ. James Harden, who has choked worse than what I'm doing right now on my own saliva in the playoffs the past 2, 3, 4 years. James Harden, the ball-dominant isolation guard who occasionally makes a nice pass. That James Harden, who will put up 60 points on the Bullets, for crying in the sake. That James Harden is the hot topic of the NBA offseason right now. That James Harden is being compared to perhaps the next Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat. And to that I say, screw you. To that I say, screw you. Listen, as a Miami Heat fan, I'm personally pissed off of all these bandwagon Heat fans once again. Because once again, I remember back to LeBron James when he was with the Miami Heat. You know, all of these fake Miami Heat fans started popping out of the woodwork, telling me that I didn't know basketball. And granted, I probably didn't know as much as I did now. Because that was, 7, 8 years ago? So I was about, 14, 15, 16 years old. So I didn't know as much then. But what makes me mad is that all of these people are saying that Tyler Hero should be traded for James Harden. You are willing to sabotage an entire locker room just because on paper James Harden is better than Tyler Hero. And yes, James Harden is better. Nobody's going to deny that fact. But I'll tell you what the real facts are. The real facts are is that James Harden would destroy everything Miami has built for the last 5 years. From keeping Eric Spoelstra and trusting him, the drafting Bam, drafting Tyler Hero, drafting Kendrick Nunn. All that squash when you get rid of Tyler Hero in exchange for James Harden. And I feel sorry for the people that have to deal with the fake Heat fans. Because I guarantee you in 5 years, especially if Pat Riley decides to trade this guy, they're going to vanish. Do not listen to the fake Miami Heat fans. I've seen this picture before, and I'm seeing it once again. So, where should James Harden go? Because obviously, anybody with a brain, I don't care if your name is Zach Lowe or not, he doesn't know what he's talking about right now either. The fact is, James Harden needs to go somewhere that's going to bow down to him and going to not be compromised. It's the Philadelphia 76ers, and more importantly, Daryl Morey, who I'm convinced is giving the players crack, cocaine, to like him. Like Russell Westbrook comes to Houston on 1 year. When Daryl Morey leaves, Russell Westbrook says, all right, I'm leaving the chat now. Daryl Morey, when he leaves to Philly, now James Harden wants out, despite the initial reports being that James Harden actually wanted to play with John Wall. Right now, if he does not play with the if James Harden does not play with the Rockets, I would say this is a match made in heaven right now. Get these guys, give them an opportunity. Philadelphia, unlike Miami, does not have a culture yet. Yeah, Doc Rivers is a nice piece of coach who's only won one championship. Yeah, Daryl Morey's a great GM who hasn't been able to get his team past the West Finals. Ben Simmons is a nice point guard who still cannot hit a jumper. Joel Embiid, who can't play more than 50 games in a season. But guess what? About 2 weeks away from this, James Harden is either going to stay or he's going to Philly. He should go to Philly. Build a culture. Build something. Because the culture in Miami is too hard working for James Harden, especially on defense. Build a culture of players, stars if you want to, whatever. But here's the deal. James Harden, right now, should not touch Miami. Should not even touch Miami, and the Brooklyn Nets would be stupid to get rid of him as well. To grab him as well. And not just the fact that, James Harden with Kevin Durant. Why don't you look at Kyrie? Unless you're realizing that Kyrie Irving is a complete idiot, because as we'll get to later on the show, Kyrie Irving is a guy who kind of sucks right now. His brain is not there. He says he doesn't want to answer to pawns. Kyrie Irving, this is a message to you. Shut up, and I don't want to say dribble, but just shut up. Kyrie Irving is a definition of idiots who think basketball players are paid because they play basketball. That's a lie. They do not get paid to dribble the ball. They get paid to dribble the ball and entertain us at the same time. So unless the Brooklyn Nets have finally realized that Kyrie Irving is a complete idiot and his mind is even worse than that, then yeah, you keep Kyrie and Kevin Durant in Brooklyn. So James Harden will either go to Philly or he'll stay in Houston. I think John Wall is a sexy piece with DeMarcus Cousins. I think DeMarcus Cousins looked very, very good. I think DeMarcus Cousins looked incredible actually with the Rockets in his preseason debut. On Tuesday, I'll probably talk more about the preseason debuts of some of these teams. I was very impressed with DeMarcus Cousins, the bounce that he showed despite having all those knee injuries. But James Harden, I think James Harden and John Wall could coexist. But it's not like Russ. The last year, the Rockets just ran into the Lakers, okay? That's all that happened. Rockets were not a bad team last year. They just realized, LeBron's in the West, so now we got to all go eastward. And it's also funny how James Harden, once LeBron James comes west, everybody wants to go east. Isn't that kind of interesting how that works? But no, Lakers are the superior team in the West. James Harden, John Wall, and Boogie could be a nice combination in the West. But I believe James Harden should go to Philly. And boy, how about the East would be stacked next year? Holy cow. That'd be insane. But as for James Harden going to the Miami Heat, no. Heat fans they're not Heat fans right now. They're little kids who are just joining basketball. I get it, I respect it, but just don't listen to them. I know some moron from the Miami Herald said, and I quote, Tyler Hero's not untouchable. And I'm saying you're an idiot. The only reason James Harden wants the Miami Heat, I'm going to tell you a tweet that I made a couple of days ago. I said the only reason James Harden wanted Miami is recency bias. He saw that we made the finals. Pat Riley would not do this, and he shouldn't. He won't do it, guys. Again, you're sabotaging the last 5 or 6 years of your franchise. From the moment LeBron left to when Dwayne Wade retired, we kept Eric Spoelstra for a reason. Same reason the Spurs have kept Greg Popovich. Because we know this guy's a genius as a head coach. And the more and more you sabotage this, the more and more you look stupid. And Pat Riley's not an idiot. Sure, would he like James Harden? Would I like James Harden? Yeah, of course I would. James Harden, to me, is actually better than Dwayne Wade all time. Because James Harden is obviously that much better offensively. He doesn't need to be good defensively. But as for what we have brewing right now, the beard should go to Philly, this crack cocaine dealer, Daryl Morey. Oh, man. So Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz is the hot topic right now in the NFL. Jalen Hurts is a guy who right now is the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. The 3-8-1 Eagles who will battle the 10-2 Saints today. And I'll pick that game in just a little bit. It may or may not be on my Sunday 5. We'll have to, we'll see what happens. But there's a few questions about this game that I want to get to as to why you might want to, why this topic matters right now, okay? So, is Jalen Hurts the answer in Philadelphia? Yes and no. Yes, because personally, Jalen Hurts, I actually grew to respect him. I've done this a lot with these quarterbacks recently. Like Tua in Bama, I don't know why I like Tua. He's a likable guy. Talented guy, but he's a likable guy. Jalen Hurts absolutely sucked at throwing a football, but for some reason, I would want to play with the guy. He seems like a cool dude. He seems like a humble dude. Seems like a hard worker. So Jalen Hurts is starting. The move is good because Jalen Hurts, for right now, you need an answer. But no, because Carson Wentz is still good. I know the popular thing this year is to say that, Carson Wentz has not been himself. You know what, guys? After what he did last year, can we agree that Carson Wentz, is not terrible? I mean, so many people act like Carson Wentz is just all of a sudden cannot throw a football. All I see on Twitter is fans in the NFL saying like, "Oh, this guy's garbage. Look, Dak Prescott is better." Heck no. Heck no. Carson Wentz is still good, okay? Carson Wentz is a guy who last year had it even worse than he did this year. The defense is trash. He basically has no running game. The wide receivers, if you could name them all, go ahead and name them off because I cannot. The fact right now is Carson Wentz is still a good quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if the guy was hurt. I'm not saying that's an excuse because he's been playing, but have you seen Doug Peterson call plays? Have you seen what the Eagles have looked like without Frank Reich and Nick Foles? Oh, that's interesting. See, everybody gives Doug Peterson the credit for the Super Bowl. Was he calling plays? Sure. Was Frank Reich still the offensive coordinator? Also, yes. Jalen Hurts makes sense right now because it might keep Doug Peterson in his job. And Philadelphia needs to realize that Doug Peterson does not need a job. Send him off to the New York Jets. They won't improve either. They'll be better than Adam and Gase, but that's about it. It's not saying much. I feel like Jalen Hurts is a nice piece right now to kind of jumpstart a team, get the juices flowing a little bit. But Carson Wentz is a quarterback for this football team. It's not close. It's not close. Carson Wentz deserves this football team, and Jalen Hurts deserves to stay on it as well. But Jalen Hurts is just a locker room guy at this point. Now, could Jalen Hurts, kind of turn into a Nick Foles? No, because the situation is nowhere near as good as it was with Nick Foles. I know that even Glenn Kaplan of Glenn's Dynamic Sports Corner, which airs Tuesdays and Thursdays, Glenn Kaplan even told me a few seconds ago on Twitter, yes, indeed, Jalen Hurts equals Nick Foles. The team has extra juice and energy for these quarterbacks, unlike Carson Wentz. If anything, Carson Wentz is a locker room cancer, for what that's worth. But I'll put it this way, guys. Carson Wentz, way more talented. Way more talented than, he's way more talented than Jalen Hurts. And anybody who says otherwise doesn't use the eyes that they have in the back of their head. Okay. My homeboy, the kid in KC. Now I want to preface my comments by saying this. Patrick Mahomes is a guy, I'll be honest. I believe last Sunday I said that Derrick Henry was the MVP of the NFL. Will I stick to that point? Mahomes is the guy right now. If we're being realistic as to who is the MVP of the NFL regular season right now, it is Patrick Mahomes. Because the fact is, quarterback is going to win the award. And I made a point on Twitter a couple of days ago about Aaron Rodgers. And I love Aaron Rodgers. It's not a knock on the guy. But where are we at here? Aaron Rodgers has, less weapons than Patrick Mahomes. Sure, I get it. Aaron Rodgers is a guy. Listen, he'll make any team good. But Aaron Rodgers also has Aaron Jones in the backfield. Do anyone today would take over Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Aaron Jones is a monster of a running back. He's a monster. And Aaron Rodgers has Devontae Adams, who is better than Tyreek Hill. I'd say it's even. I saw so many people. I saw so many people in the last couple of weeks say that, Aaron Rodgers has not enough weapons, that Mahomes just has everything handed to him on a platter. No. It's not as bad as you think it is. If anything is 60-40, in terms of percentage-wise, if I had to put a number on it. But as for right now, I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is like LeBron James in the NBA. Well, LeBron is just so good, you just kind of want to give it to the guy who's hot that year. But Mahomes has been dealing. He's got 2 picks this year. He's making throws I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers can make. They're both insane passers of the football. Boy, I'm telling you, I love what Mahomes is doing this year. I love what Aaron Rodgers is doing. But the kid in KC is incredible. Don't get sucked into a void, into a warp where you tell yourself that somebody's playing better than Patrick Mahomes, because they're not. Mahomes is that dude, and I will slurp him until the day he retires. It's what it is. It's how it's going to be. So, do I believe he's going to finish out the year strong? Yeah. On the Kansas City Chiefs' upcoming schedule, I'm going to pull it up real quick. Dolphins, which I'll get to later on. Saints, tough game. Falcons, Chargers. They'll beat the Falcons. They'll beat the Chargers. I mean, Saints is going to be an interesting game. I get it. But you also have to look at the fact that Mahomes, the Saints are not going to play an offense like the Chiefs this year. Even the Packers at times have struggled. And maybe that could be because of the weapons. But right now, simple fact of the matter is, Mahomes is the MVP. It's not close. Again, don't get sucked into a void of telling yourself there's somebody playing better, because there's not. And Rodgers has been great. Aaron Rodgers has been fantastic. I'll pull up the stats real quick right here, and then we'll move on. Aaron Rodgers this season has 36 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. That's insane. But Mahomes doesn't have the blunder on his resume where Rodgers does against the Buccaneers. And that was not pretty. And I didn't like that either. Maybe that's why I'm kind of not really caring for Aaron Rodgers right now, but they're both having a great year. Nobody's touching Mahomes, though. Nobody's touching him. We come back, we'll get to our NFL picks of the week. We're talking Chiefs, Dolphins, Vikings, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Giants, Colts, Raiders, Saints, Eagles, Steelers, Bills, Ravens, Browns. It's all coming up next. We'll be right back. This is Mike Smith voiced.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
We want to remind everybody that our show today, at least our picks part of the show, is being brought to you by mybookie.ag. When you go to mybookie.ag for the first time, enter the promo code 12OUNCESPORTS. That's promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, for up to a $1,000 deposit bonus. Nobody does it like MyBookie 12OUNCESPORTS. Trust me on that. We'll get to our Sunday 5 in a minute, but our odds are provided by MyBookie, and it's a proud sponsor. So if you like to make money on the side of sports, MyBookie.ag is your place to be. So, the 5-7 Chicago Bears will take on the 4-8 Houston Texans. Only 36% believe the Bears will win. It's Trubisky against Watson. When asked about earlier this week whether Deshaun Watson would be motivated to take on the team that passed him up, Deshaun Watson said he would not be. Deshaun Watson, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions this year. Great year so far. Of course, Trubisky is starting again, as he should. It turns out Nick Foles was not the answer in Chicago. The Bears are +1 today, so keep an eye on that. The over-under is 46.5. Texans are allowing 150 rushing yards a game. Now, while the Bears and the Texans both rush for not even 85 yards a game, I believe the Bears are going to have a good game. I believe that, despite being 34-degree weather, I'm going with the 36% to believe the Bears will win. I feel like Trubisky will get his feet under him. I feel like both teams will play kind of ugly, but Deshaun Watson's has no wide receivers to play with. Trubisky's back into the offense where he should be. Although it is a Matt Nagy offense, I'll go with the Bears to win. The 2-9-1 Cincinnati Bengals, I believe, are going to roll out Ryan Finley against Andy Dalton, the 3-9 Cowboys. Cowboys are 1-5 on the road this season, which means that's where the brunt of their awfulness comes from. Ezekiel Elliott is having a kind of a slow year, but I liked what I saw from him last week. He ran very tough in their last game against the Ravens, despite losing 34-17. Cowboys are 3-point favorites, and although they're 2-10 against the spread, I would pick the Cowboys to win by more than 3 points if you're playing with that stuff there. But I believe the Cowboys win this game. It's 79% agree with me. Mike McCarthy's offense has not been good, but I believe Ezekiel Elliott will have a nice game. Cowboys are just too good to not beat the Bengals. 80% of people believe the Panthers will beat the Denver Broncos. Hold your horses. Teddy Bridgewater has been playing really well this year. 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Drew Lock, on the other hand, 9 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Melvin Gordon just had a big week. So that could be huge. Panthers are 4-point favorites at home. 67-degree weather, so that won't really matter. I think the Broncos will lose this game by more than 4 points. I will pick the Panthers to win pretty handily, but don't be surprised if the Broncos try to play devil's advocate late. Tennessee Titans are 8-4. They'll battle the 1-11 Jacksonville Jaguars. This game was almost in my Sunday 5, where I give you guys my 5 best bets, but I feel like I wasn't sure about it. This is a division game. There's one thing we know about the Jaguars. They like playing division opponents. They played the Texans and only lost by 2. Their one win came against the Colts in week 1. Son of a... I feel like the Jaguars, although despite being 7.5-point underdogs, will keep this one closer than it should be. Mike Glennon, who's a veteran's veteran, will be quarterback again, I believe, in this game. But I thought the Titans should have enough to win this game. I mean, obviously, they're going to win it, no matter how much. But Jaguars should kind of squeak out a close one late. But I'm still picking the Titans to win over 98% of you guys. Patrick Mahomes against Tua Tagovailoa. the Chiefs and the Dolphins, and this game could be very close as well. The Dolphins are 4-2 at home. Chiefs are 6-0 on the road, so that could be a thing as well, but Chiefs are good anywhere they play. 31 touchdowns, 2 interceptions from Holmes this year. As for the Dolphins, they are allowing a bunch of passing yards to the air. This is a 7-point spread right now. I would go under 51 if I had to place a bet on this game. But I feel like the Dolphins can keep this one close, although 81 degrees is going to be kind of hot. So we'll see what happens, but I believe the Chiefs win this game. I might say the Chiefs for the points, though, but that game can be close as well. The Vikings are 6-6. They'll battle the 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Blah. Listen, so the fact is Tom Brady has held the Buccaneers back this year. But if there's one good thing the Buccaneers do, it's defend the run very well. Now, Dalvin Cook and the Vikings are rushing at 145 yards a game. That's insane. But Buccaneers are allowing just over 74 yards a game. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. I believe the Buccaneers will win this game pretty handily. I think they win by more than 7. You're asking for a best bet there. I believe Tom Brady will have to do much. I feel like the Buccaneers defense will control the game, and Vikings will fall flat on their face. The Giants and the Cardinals is going to be a really tough game. I believe the Giants are without Daniel Jones, I want to say. Let me make sure. I'm not sure just yet. Oh, never mind. He will start. I'm an idiot. I thought the Giants were going to win this game regardless, but now I think they're definitely going to win. They look for their 5th straight win. I told you guys for a few weeks, I feel like the Giants have played pretty well. They played like a Super Bowl team before. It's kind of scary. But they're 30-point underdogs in this game, which is kind of interesting. Their defense is going to be great. Kyler Murray is going to do his thing. We'll see what happens, though. I believe the Giants win this game, though. I feel like their quarterbacks can hinder DeAndre Hopkins, if you will. I want to take a quick commercial break. When we come right back, we're going to do Jets, Seahawks, Colts, Raiders, the whole 9 yards, plus those primetime games. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Again, all odds are provided by mybooking.ag. When you go there as a first-time version, enter promo code 12 Sports, promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, for up to a $1,000 deposit bonus. Nobody does it like MyBookie and 12 Sports. Okay, the Colts are 8-4. They'll take on the 7-5 Raiders. This game may or not be in my Sunday 5. We'll have to see. But if you follow me on Twitter, you can see my Sunday 5 already. So Colts are 2.5-point favorites. Raiders will play Josh Jacobs in this game, I believe. The Colts right now are giving up 100 rushing yards a game. So Josh Jacobs should have 80, 90 yards on the ground. Their pass defense will be the best in this game. I feel like the Derek Carr will struggle once again. The next afternoon game will be the Jets at 0-12 against the 8-4 Seahawks. And this game could be fried chicken for the Seahawks. Seahawks should win this game by a big margin, although Sam Darnold could play well again. Sam Darnold started off the game last week pretty good. Just saying. So, that was interesting. But Russell Wilson should torch this team. He's been bad the last few weeks. The spread is now at 16.5. Wow. But I'll go with the Seahawks to win this game by more than 2 touchdowns and a pretty easy victory for Seattle. The 4-8 Atlanta Falcons and the 3-9 Los Angeles Chargers. I picked the Chargers all week. I do believe they will win this game. They were like plus 1.5. Now the game is a pick 'em. I will pick the Chargers to win this game. Their defense should get to Matt Ryan, and that's going to be the difference. It's not Matt Ryan's fault, just the way it's going to happen. 9-3 Packers, 5-7 Detroit Lions. A game that could be sneaky, but I don't care. I think the Packers will look good. I think the Packers will win this game on a score of like 42 to 21. It's not going to be close. Packers might run up the score today. I got Packers to win big on the road. It's a division rival and a game that always plays well, but not with an interim head coach. Taysom Hill and the New Orleans Saints will take on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Saints are only 7.5-point favorites. I'm going to believe that one goes way up. I believe the Saints will win this one pretty handily. Their defense will shut down the Eagles in that awful play calling with Doug Peterson. Jalen Hurts has a slow game, probably less than 120 yards passing, maybe like 50 yards rushing. That's about it. The football team will beat the San Francisco 49ers. Alex Smith has been playing great. I love Alex Smith, always have, always will, especially for when the 49ers did him dirty and let Colin Kaepernick play. But right now, I'm going with the football team to win. They're 3-point underdogs. Why not take the points? The Steelers will beat the Buffalo Bills. One thing Josh Allen did last week was he had a bunch of wide open touchdown throws. That will not happen again. Steelers defense will be pissed that they just lost to the football team. They'll come out of this game strong. They win the game despite only 41% agreeing with me. And Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, will have their way defensively against the Browns. Ravens win again, only 41% agree with me. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. When we come back from a commercial break, we'll have a show recap and then our Sunday 5 presented by MyBookie. Don't go anywhere.
James A. Paxton here, weekly blog writer and host of The Media's Input, and this is 12 Ounce Sports.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
Fantastic. He gets all this money, and that's it? We're okay with that? No. Baloney. I'm going to tell you what I think should happen.
The one, the only king on the ice himself, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 7.
We talk about this every single week. Every single week somebody else is up for the document.
Everyone to Talking Miners. We're getting new at this thing. Great start to the show, everybody.
I'm going to give you all 30 seconds to make sure you get your popcorn and your soda can.
Welcome in live to the 12 Ounce Sports Studio.
World Hockey Report live comes to you on 12 Ounce Sports. Cody Jansen with you, joined with Cam
It's the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper. And I got the anglers, the primetime anglers on 12 Ounce Sports.
Smarter by watching the Captain Lou Extravaganza live every Tuesday night at 8 on the 12 Ounce Sports Network.
For the marching exercise, you want to sit down in the center front of your chair, bring your feet shoulder width apart, and form a 90-degree angle with your knees. From here, you're going to lift one foot and raise the opposite arm, just as you march in place in your chair. Make sure you keep that core nice and tight and you breathe into it, and also maintain good posture with a straight back.
Welcome back to our show recap presented by 12sportsnetwork.com/Amazon. When you go to that link right there, guess what happens? It costs you nothing. You guys only have 12 days. That's 2 weeks. Forget the rest of your presents from Amazon. Shipped right to your door. It's okay. It's going to happen. Please use the link right here. I've been telling a lot of my people in Effingham about this because here's the deal. It costs you nothing. It takes no extra time. Just go right to Amazon. Please use this link. We get credit, and you don't pay an extra thing. So there you go. On our recap today, Bill Belichick is having a better year than Tom Brady, despite the fact Cam Newton has been terrible this year and was evident once again against the Los Angeles Rams. James Harden should not go to the Miami Heat. Do not trust those fake Miami Heat fans. Also, he should go with Philly. I think John Wall and Boogie Cousins should do their own thing in Houston. I thought Daryl Morey should take James Harden in Philly, start a new culture there. Maybe get rid of Ben Simmons. I don't know. Jalen Hurts is the right move for right now, but Carson Wentz is still the guy. Carson Wentz is still good. Doug Peterson is trash. And Patrick Mahomes is the clear-cut MVP of the NFL right now. Do not get caught up in the voodoo. Our picks once again for this week. Bears over the Texans. Cowboys over the Bengals. Panthers over the Broncos. Titans over the Jaguars. Chiefs over the Dolphins. The Buccaneers big over the Vikings. The Giants over the Cardinals. Colts over the Raiders. Seahawks over the Jets. Falcons to lose to the Chargers. Lions to lose to the Packers. Saints will beat the brakes off the Eagles. The football team will beat the 49ers. The Steelers will beat the Bills. And the Ravens will beat the Browns. And now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. If you don't follow me on Twitter yet, you should. It's time for the Sunday Five. But first, one last commercial break. We'll wrap it up next. Ooh.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Follow me on Twitter at MKADHD for the picks early before I announce them on the show. Our picks are presented by MyBookie.ag. Up to a $1,000 first deposit bonus when you enter the promo code 12 Sports. 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. For up to a $1,000 deposit bonus. Nobody does it like MyBookie and 12 Sports. Want to bet $10 and win $260? Just do this. Colts to win by more than 3 against the Raiders. Jonathan Taylor is the key. Seahawks to win by more than 15 against the Jets. Chargers with the pick'em against the Falcons. The Saints 8.5 against the Eagles. And the Ravens -3 against the Browns. That's it for now. But wait, we're not done yet. Time for what's trending in the, you know what we do here? Okay. What's trending in the world of sports? Let's get to it. This is brought to you by Twitter. We're not sponsored, but you get it. So Florida star Keontae Johnson is in critical but stable condition after collapsing on the court. That's not good. He was named the Southeastern Conference preseason player of the year. He's still in evaluation. Apparently he was collapsed while walking to the sideline. It's not good stuff, dude. LSU Tigers beat the Florida Gators 37-34. I wish Georgia could play in the SEC championship game. They can't because Florida beat Georgia. Richmond Spiders having a great year in college basketball, just to let you guys know. That's crazy, actually. Sarah Fuller, despite the crappy kick that she had last week, I don't know why my dad's doing that. She had the crappy kick last week. She made an extra point this week. I don't know how Vanderbilt scored, but God forbid they did. Army shut out Navy, 15-0. Kyrie Irving is an absolute idiot. He said, I don't want to talk to pawns. He responds to the NBA fine of $25,000 for not speaking with the media. That's just sad, though. It really is sad. Georgia ran up a score on Missouri. Alabama screwed over Arkansas. Oklahoma State killed Baylor. So that's pretty much it. Again, our Sunday 5. Once again, for those that missed it on Twitter, MKADHD, to get it early in the show, $10 to win $261. Colts -3 over the Raiders. Seahawks -15 over the Jets. Chargers in the pick-em against the Falcons. Saints -8.5 against the Eagles. And Ravens -3 against the Browns. It's been a real show, guys, today. I love talking with you guys sports-wise. My strep throat has been killing me. It's getting better. I was born with enlarged tonsils, long story short. I haven't had strep throat in like 10 years, and I got it now. I'm working in the public again. It's not fun stuff, but I made it happen. Also, I want to know why Joe Biden was won Person of the Year. Why he won Person of the Year for Time Magazine. Why weren't those frontline workers, why weren't they the ones who won it? I know this is a sports show, but I'm not big into politics. Maybe that's why I'm kind of biased towards this. There are people dying, and there are nurses and doctors getting sick for dealing with the coronavirus. And for the fact that Time Magazine felt that a presidential candidate was more important than those people is really pathetic. And it hurts me knowing that we take pride in a president when we take pride in nurses and doctors. Nurses and doctors have to deal with death every day. They do all that nasty crap. They put themselves in the battle lines just for us. And some of them don't get paid that much. They still do it because they love people. And for Time Magazine to again view political candidates over those people is not right. It's not right. It's calling the prisoner of the moment that the world said that he needed a new president in the United States. I get that. But why would we not recognize those frontline workers? The nurses and doctors that have helped out so much. Guys, just because the coronavirus has a 99% survival rate does not mean you should want the virus, okay? Nobody's saying they want the virus, obviously. I feel like not enough people are saying that they don't want it. I feel like they're saying, why wear a mask? And I live in Georgia. So a lot of people around here are idiots. Well, not like that. Their political views, they view it as left versus right. They don't view it as right versus wrong. And I know personally of people who died. I know people that have had people who are sick for weeks and almost not make it, whether young or old. Please do not sugarcoat what this virus is doing. It's a global pandemic. Time Magazine vaulting a presidential candidate over those health workers is not right. It needs to be talked about. That's it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching and listening. It's been real. We're back on Spotify, but we're mainly on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. Zingo TV is a free app. A lot of good channels on there. Remember mybookie.ag. Promo code 12 Ounce Sports. Promo code 12OC Sports. There's no point in going to MyBookie if you don't enter the promo code and get your first deposit doubled. Okay, so it's awesome. 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. Whether it's Christmas or not, you're buying stuff off Amazon. I know you are. Use our link. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to cost you nothing. We're going to be all right. Tarp Soft Sports is next. Shout out Chris. Shout out McLovin. Shout out Jack in the Box. We have so many great shows on Tarp Sports. Hopefully on Tuesday I'll sound a little bit better. I'm sure I will. But until we meet again, guys, have a great day. Enjoy football. Hope the Sunday 5 works, right? Bye, guys.